Hi, welcome to another episode of Freelancers Coffee Break. Again, I'm alone today, and I received a message from one of our listeners and viewers. He had a question for pricing, and I said, okay, it's a good opportunity for me to create an episode out of this. So, here is the question. Uh, I was wondering how I can measure a project price. A real estate project, the client asks for 25 to 30 image set price, and he is a bit confused. I don't think the client gonna expect a high rate for a regular base work. How can I propose the best price? And he also said that on Upwork he charges 20 to 30 hours per hour, and the client is based in Canada. Quite detailed question, and he has some good information there on his line of work. Personally, as you already know, I am not that much in favor of hourly rate pricing because it doesn't really give the client anything to compare. He doesn't know if how long it will take on your side to complete one image, for example, or one part of the work. So someone can do, since this is a retouch project and it's a real estate, so it will be a lot of images, 25 to 30 images. Someone can do it maybe in 10 minutes, another person in 20 minutes, and maybe someone else will say, I can do it 5 minutes per image. And even that timing doesn't show the quality level. Someone can take a very long time, can do a bad work, and someone else can do it in a shorter time. It can be good or just opposite, even worse. So because of all those reasons, I prefer to provide a fixed lump sum cost so that the client knows what the cost will be when he just assigns the work to you. So he feels confident, okay, this project will cost me $300, for example, or $500 or $100. He doesn't have to just try to find out how much time you're just adding to the project timing. But of course, there may be for a regular client who you have a continuous relationship, and if he doesn't want to add or open a new milestone on each project, hourly can be a good solution. But as I said, it is for long-term clients, and for the first-time clients, I would highly recommend to go with a project-based fixed cost. So for a case like this, what would I do? The client doesn't know me, and probably I would share some of my work in my proposal. If the client got back to me and trying to negotiate or trying to understand what my cost would be, I would first provide three different tiers for a project like this. One would be basic. Basic is the minimum price I would accept for this project. If someone tells me, okay, you lost this project because someone else gave you lower than that, I wouldn't say, okay, no worries, because I wouldn't do this project anything less than this. And you also have to explain what the basic pricing consists of, what it covers and what it doesn't cover. Then I would also set the standard pricing for this 25 to 30 images. What would be the cost? And the final one would be the premium. And premium is just there, if he accepts that price level, you are ready to do whatever he says, and you'll take your time and create an excellent, maybe magazine level edit you'll do your best. But also premium level prices gives you a very, top level. It's like anchoring. So the clients sees that price. Let's say you tell him that it would cost him $600 for premium edit. Okay, so you set a price and you start with the premium price. It would be this much. Okay, this is quite expensive. Then you tell him, okay, there I also have the standard. This is my standard real estate editing cost, and it's 300. So there's a huge gap between 600 and 300. This is far more affordable. Then there's, let's say, the basic price. It's the price that you wouldn't accept anything less than that. Let's say, and that one is 200. So what you do is that you first set a very high rate and you make an anchor at that level, 600. The client, it may look for some clients very high, but some, if they really need something like that, if is trying to sell a couple of $1 million house, he might be interested in making that investment because it will attract more clients with a superior image set. Then there's the standard. It's almost half of that. Oh, it's very affordable and it's not that much expensive from the basic price. So you kind of drive the client towards the standard pricing this way. So he doesn't want the lowest one, and just adding another $100, you are driving to him towards the standard pricing. If you believe your quality is much higher and you still want to, and the client, you feel like the client is more inclined for a premium kind of service, then you can change your standard price, for example, to 450 or 500, 450 maybe. Then you say you add a couple of additional features to your standard code and try to drive again the client towards the standard pricing, but more, since it's closer to premium, you'll say, okay, this is, I still pay less, and he may just again go with the standard pricing if the features are there. So the two prices, basic and premium, are kind of a parenthesis that you set for your client and try to make the client move between the two. Hope it gives you some thought on how to price, and please keep on sending your questions either through the YouTube channel or our LinkedIn group. Hope to talk to you soon. Bye.